Oh goodness. Okay, so I've been looking for these type of eggs for quite a while. To be honest, the last couple years. Good morning. It is, I think, the first full day of spring, and things are actually warming up. It is delightful. We had a cold snap over the weekend and temperatures got down to 27. So it really felt chilly, but the sun is out and it just feels amazing. So I haven't had a video in, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. I try to make them a little bit more frequent than that. But we have been on a little spring break. We've been doing shopping, just kind of trying to get things done that we haven't been able to do in a little while. And we actually have some new additions, and I want to show you guys what we've got. Something we have new at the chicken coop, something we have new on the way, and something new in the basement, and they all kind of go together. So let's go check them out. Before I show you guys all this, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update on the greenhouse and what I'm actually going to start doing in here as well. But check out the tomatoes. Oh my gosh, y'all, they're getting so big. Look at my flowers. I've got my petunias here. I've got some marigolds here, more petunias, more petunias. I mean, oh, here's another petunia that's opened up. Oh, and I've got some tomatoes on one of my San Marzanos. Y'all can see them right there. Things are really moving along. You can really tell that spring is here. Now check out my petunias. These are so beautiful. They have turned out just amazing. So what I'm going to be doing is putting these in bigger pots. I'm hoping to get to that today. These are just in these little 2-inch flats, and they've really grown out of them. And one of the issues I have with them is I'm having to water them constantly to keep them hydrated, just because I do not want them to die. I want them to hold off until I can get them outside. So I think they'll do better in some more soil. Just those little flats right there are just, I'm really having to watch them like a hawk. And I've got my broccoli, which looks so good. More tomatoes, and just a whole slew of things growing over here. I've got my dahlias. I've got more petunias. I've got lavender, chives, which I haven't seen anything come up yet except for the chives. So fingers crossed that the lavender comes up. I really want to see that come up. I'm really wanting to put that in the cottage garden and hoping to get a lot of it. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go buy some. So I don't know. I hope it comes up. Alright, so first thing I'm going to show you guys is at the chicken coop, what we did down there. And my husband actually mowed yesterday for the first time. The grass is taken off and everything is coming back to life. And the yard really needed to be mowed. And I have got to get back out here and work on my cottage garden because we've just had rain and super cold weather, and I just really haven't felt like getting out here and doing anything. Also, new update on my garden idea. So I spoke with you guys about putting the plastic down in the garden, the stuff you roll out, like the woven stuff that you take up at the end of the season. And I've just spoke with so many people about that. And I would say about 99% of the people said to not use it. That maybe the first year it's good, but then the second and third year they hated it. So I'm thinking of going a different route. And after research and talking to a lot of people, I've decided that I'm going to use cardboard and wood chips. And I know somebody who can deliver wood chips here for free. So I'm going to have them brought in to the wood lot down here. And that is the path I'm going to go, more of a natural path for the soil, because I've heard people say that the plastic causes molding and just all kinds of issues that I'm not sure I want to delve into. So I told you guys how my husband was going to be putting a door in on this back side, and voila, there it is. Look at that. I'm so excited about this door, and I'll tell you guys why. Because this coop inside can be divided off. It's got a door in the middle, so you can divide these runs off in half like I have now, and then they can each have their own coop. Or I could make part of this a nursery, and that is currently what I've decided to do. Now, there is no babies in here now, but the second part of this addition that I'm going to be talking to you guys about will have to do with this. What I have in the basement is some little baby chicks, and I'll show you guys what they are. All right, brace yourself for the cuteness. I wasn't super prepared for baby chicks. It's been a while, guys. So I had to scrounge together a tote, and I've got aquarium lids on here, but I do have a nice heater, I do have water, I do have chick feed, and I have sand in here. Seth is getting me some pine shavings because I've got to put some down in the coop runs, and I need some in here. But I've also got an idea for a brooder setup that's better than this. But a lady contacted me about 3 days ago, and she's like, I have 2 silky chicks and I don't have anywhere for them. Would you want them? And of course, y'all, I can't turn down a silky. So about 7-8 years ago, I don't know, some of y'all may know, I bred silkies for a long time. It was kind of a professional hobby. I was into genetics. I got some really, really nice silkies going. I had a line called Blue Line Silkies. And for several reasons, I had to take a break for a little while. And over the last couple years, I've been itching just to get a few in my stash. So I found a lady who had my original stock. Actually, she's one of my good friends. And so I am getting some from her. I have got some eggs upstairs. I'll show you guys what I've got. A lot of my original colors, but I've also got some new fangled stuff that people breed these days, all these fancy colors. But anyways, I want to show you guys these cute little chicks I got right here. And of course, they're going to hide from me, but I'll show you all what they are. I've got a little buff. Now with silkies, they're very hard to sex. It's not something you can do right off at all, only if you use DNA testing. But of course, I never was into that. I just waited till they showed me what they were. But it could be months and months and months and months before we know. But needless to say, this little cutie is adorable. And I have another one that when the lady showed up, she's like, I'm gonna have to tell you, I didn't know this was what this one was. But it is a little showgirl. Oh, I'm just in love. I'm just in love. All right, there you go. But they'll be under the heat for a little while. I was gonna put them in my chicken coop under a hen, but I was afraid to do that. So part 3 is the eggs that I was gonna tell you guys about. I was gonna put the eggs down here to incubate them. I've done that before, but just because these are very special eggs, I took them inside the house so I could watch over them really good. And let's go see what colors they are. I went to get about 1.5 dozen of them, and the lady ended up giving me 26 of them. So they all didn't fit in the incubator, which was a major dilemma because I did not want to waste away the extra ones. So my husband is borrowing an incubator from my sister-in-law, and I think he's got it with him. He's gonna bring it home. We're gonna put the rest of them in there. But so far, what I have in here, we'll look at them. I've got whites. I've got blue, black, and splash. I've got buff, blue cream, cuckoo, mottled, chocolate, paints, gray. So I have a whole gamut of colors, and I know the ins and outs of the genetics on all of my older colors, but some of these new ones, I'm learning some things, but after reading last night, I picked up pretty quickly on most of them. So I don't know, we'll see where it goes as far as if I keep all those extra different colors. Oh, mottled, that's another one. So I don't know. It's gonna be a fun little project, I do think. So if you guys want to follow me back to the greenhouse, I'm gonna work in there for a little bit. Today I'm down here and I'm gonna be transplanting some of these petunias because they are just absolutely filling out these things, and I'm having to come down here like twice a day so they don't dry out because they're in just really small amounts of soil. So that is top priority at the moment. Y'all, my greenhouse this time of year is literally a jungle for stuff waiting to go outside. I mean, it's just what it is. You need a little bit of sun. Let's put you right here. Goodness, I'm not going to be able to walk in here, but is that a bad problem? Not really. All right, more pots, and I apologize if it is kind of loud in here. My vent fan's on, and I just can't turn it off because I'll melt. Alright, so I've got some potted. I decided to move them right here. I think they're liking a little bit more light. I had a few kind of stuck in the shade a little bit. They weren't blooming, or else they were kind of looking a little stretched. So I think this is going to be a really good spot for them. And I actually have some more that were kind of in the shade, so I'm going to transition them over here to kind of midway between shade and sun, and then I'll get these repotted and we'll put them in the center too. So they'll be full of blooms whenever I take them out into the yard. They're just so gorgeous. And I have one orange color over here, which is just awesome. Alright, I've got to head in for lunch. I hope you guys have enjoyed the update. I hope to have a video, probably another one in the next day or so. So y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. See you soon.